Down below we learn that Garrosh has assembled the bulk of his army with new inventions, Pandarian artifacts, and goblin mercenaries working for coin, and of course the deep darkness of Jasharash. But first we fight against General Nasgrim, a fight I have unfortunately not recorded yet because of some serious lag spikes on my part, but know that he is a formidable foe with many tricks up his sleeve. This orc has stayed loyal to Garrosh for a long time. Of course we kill him, and on the way through Garrosh's big underground facility we kill a lot of loyal orcs. We even face Malkorok, the bodyguard of Garrosh, and also his closest advisor. Because of this, he has gained a very small dose from the heart of Yasharash, which made him a bit, well, both crazy looking and giving him crazy powers. But of course we defeat him, and after Malkorok we reach the barracks of all of the troops that Garrosh has. Apparently there's a door to the outside here, so we let in the last of our troops.
Our lines are holding, but Vol'jin's rebels are taking a beating.
The Kor'kron are making a push for this compound. They're not giving up.
We'll post up here with some troops, scout on ahead, and see if you can flush Garrosh out of hiding.
Garrosh been concealed in a whole hidden base. Where did his lust for power take him?
We will soon find out. He is cornered like a rat in one of these corridors. What should we do next?
Bane, you and your warriors hold this junction. These heroes should forge ahead and flush the war chief out of hiding.
What about you?
People be dying up above. The city is in chaos. I'm gonna finish it. Stop the bloodshed. I'll come back for ya.
Very well.
It's gonna be fine, Bane. We're gonna find Thror. Gonna kill the war chief. Gonna avenge your father.
Earth Mother, protect you, Vol'jin.
Dark spear never die.
The next part of the raid is a bit different depending on if you play as Alliance or if you play as Horde. If you play Alliance, the gnomes attack and they deploy their own gear and they do a lot of crazy stuff to the orcs. They freeze them in place, they turn them into chickens, they do a lot of like just gnome engineering stuff to all of the orcs, and you can just waltz right on through and you don't have to care about the orcs at all. But if you play as the Horde, you have to clear these trash packs.
Deploy the gear! Establish a perimeter! Oh, hello, friends. We've just about secured the surface. It looks like the real fight's going to be down here. Don't worry, we've got your back. Forge ahead, brave heroes!
We then have 2 rooms on either side that we have to clear before we can continue on our way deeper down. And first we have the spoils of Pandaria, and in here we destroy Garrosh's toys and artifacts which he found and collected in Pandaria. We also find Garrosh, well, kind of a zoo. Here we kill Garrosh's newfound pets, one of which is a big dinosaur named Thok the Bloodthirsty. After we have destroyed the zoo and the toy box, we make way for Blackfuse. Unfortunately, I haven't made a video Blackfuse yet, mostly because I want to have a clean kill of Blackfuse, and unfortunately that fight is so messed up and we're usually just running around like headless chickens. And I want us to make a clean kill before I want to upload a video of that. But I recorded some of the fighting looking for raid, and the fight looks a bit like this. Blackfuse is a goblin engineer that made most of Garrosh's new weapons, and we see most of them in this fight. These schematics are also very important because Garrosh uses them for the next expansion. We are not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to talk about that maybe in a later video. After this fight, the Alliance have to clear their own way, but the Horde has already had their mobs killed by Thrall, the old war chief, savior of the world, and an orc called Saurfang.
Ah, more of Vol'jin's revolutionaries. You've made it. Have you found Thrall? I am badly hurt. He insisted on going ahead alone. Tell me, how goes the battle up above? What of Nazgrim? Speak to me. Ah, Nazgrim, a great leader and a fine warrior. He valued his oath to the war chief more than his life. I tried to tell him that Hellscream betrayed us, cast aside a war chief's responsibility to his own people. But Nazgrim, too loyal, too proud. Damn Hellscream. His ambition tore our horde apart. Go on, find Thrall, finish this. I will live.
Next we fight the Paragons of the Galaxy. During a questline in the Dread Waste, you as a player releases them from their slumber one by one, and you are actually led to believe that they are the good guys.
I tell you now because you have earned this warning. If the Old Ones ever return, we Mantid will once again stand by their side. The wisest among you will do the same.
But in the end, they reveal that if the old god Yasharash should ever awoken again, they will follow him without question and destroy his enemies. They also mention that the Shah are mere spores of the real god and are not worth following. But Garrosh, with the heart of Yasharash, might be the old god resurrected in you. So this is why we face them.
How illogical! Did they not hear your warning, Kirak?
We Mantid serve a power far greater than they or their gods.
It matters not. The Old One will not suffer their intrusion.
We have endured the usurpers, their children, the loss of the Old One, and soon, you.
We will slay you all as easily as we slew the Pandaren of old.
And then the Old One will remake this world for the Mantid.
Come, children of the Titans. You face the Paragons.
In the end, they state that we fought well and that we will meet them again. And I'm actually looking forward for them to pop up again, because I really like that questline. When the Paragons of the Galaxy has been defeated, now we finally face Garrosh. Upon entering his chamber, we see the heart of Yasharash chained to the ceiling, and Thrall stands before Garrosh.
It is not too late, Garrosh. Lay down the mantle of War Chief. We can end this here, now, with no more bloodshed.
Do you remember nothing of honor, of glory on a battlefield? You who would parley with the humans, who allowed warlocks to practice their dark magics right under our feet. You are weak. We are the Orcish Horde, the true Horde. We die, bloody and thrashing on the field of battle, like true orcs should. You are an orc no longer, and speak for none but yourself. You betrayed our people to forge your fragile alliances, and I will take great pleasure in tearing them apart.
Then you have forced my hand. I will correct the mistake I made long ago. Spirits of the wind, the earth, the water, hear my call! Come to my aid!
Fool! My dark shaman have twisted and tortured the elements for miles around. They cannot hear you now. Once again, you prove too weak and powerless to do anything.
Never powerless, Garrosh. And never alone.
So, you wish to face off against a real orc war chief? So be it.
When we fight Garrosh, he usually takes us to a dark realm, a realm where Yasharash consciousness still live, and we can hear his whispers, and they are quite frightening actually.
I can taste the essence of your soul. It is sweet.
If you do the encounter on heroic mode, you get to see the vision that Garrosh has seen, how the world will look if he wins. Stormwind, the human city in ruins, corpses everywhere, and darkness spread across the land. We have to stop this.
It cannot end like this. What I have seen.
And we finally stop Garrosh. And in the end, there is a cutscene in which I will have in the Garrosh video as soon as we get him killed on normal mode. But just for fun, I will also put the video here, because that video is I really like that video, and it also explains some lore stuff that I will talk about now in the end. This video has different perspectives depending on if you're Horde or Alliance, but I will play both of the perspectives in the same video.
You disappoint me, Garrosh. You are not worthy of your father's legacy.
His punishment is not for you alone to decide.
I won't let you take him.
We have all suffered from his atrocities. My people, more than any other. Let him stand trial in Pandaria. There, we will mete out justice for all. The Horde needs its true war chief, now more than ever.
Yes, but it was you that held the Horde together during this madness. It was you that protected our honor. From this day forward, Vol'jin, if you lead, I will follow.
I am not worthy. But I will give my all for the Horde.
Ugh, look at them. Already they plot against us. Seize this moment, Varian. Dismantle the Horde.
Guardsmen!
Father, what are you doing? What a king must do.
I will speak to your war chief.
I speak for the Horde.
Very well. The Horde has committed heinous crimes, Vol'jin. But some among you fought against Garrosh's tyranny. For that, I am willing to end this bloodshed. But know this. if your horde fails to uphold honor as Garrosh did. We will end you.
Dear Emperor, it is done. The darkness that you once struggled against has been purged from Pandaria forever. But the cost, such a terrible cost.
Do not despair the damage that was done here. You triumphed over the darkness I had locked away. You have shown Pandaria the power of a true hero. But the question still remains, why do we fight? I trust you have learned to fight out of fear or anger is to fight a war that never ends. Face your fears, calm your hatreds. Find peace within yourself so that you may share it with the world around you. These are the greatest treasures in life. Truly they are worth fighting for.
Thank you, Emperor. Thank you.
At the end of the siege, you can talk with all of the leaders. Bane Bloodhoof says, "We are all in this together, mage." Vol'jin simply states, "Stand tall, mage. Today you saved the soul of the horde." Thrall says, "I thought Garrosh was ready. I thought the mantle of war chief would give him perspective. Of the many problems facing our people, he saw only one solution. His vision of the horde nearly brought us to the brink. It is time for a new direction. Vol'jin will take us there. In many ways he did not want this responsibility, but I think that will make him a better leader." The Goblin Trade Prince says, "Vol'jin is one tough nut. Stabbed in the neck, still he comes back to collect what's due. I like this guy. My people need security and profit. Under Hellscream, we got a lot bit of neither." Lorthamar says that politics exhaust him and that Vol'jin will do as a war chief. But he is also worried for Sylvanas. As we saw in her speech before Galacrash, she is most likely going to be trouble in the future for both Horde and the Alliance. Sylvanas herself says that she will not take orders from a troll, but she admires that he is hard to kill. She also says that it's time to test what he is made of, which clearly to me says that Sylvanas will be troublesome in the future. Queen Regent Moira Thaurisian, or Princess Moira Bronzebeard, is the leader of the Dark Iron Clan, and she's also the representative of the Council of Three Hammers. This is the Council of the Three Dwarven Lords that rules Ironforge. The Council of Three Hammers consists of the Dark Iron Clan, the Bronzebeard Clan, and the Wildhammer Clan. Basically, she says that this war has brought our clans together, and if we can continue this peace, we will be stronger than ever. Anduin Wrynn, the Prince of Stormwind, who is the son of King Varian Wrynn, says that he thinks that his father did the right thing. If they would occupy Orgrimmar, the fighting would never stop. And what of the rest of the horde? Should we continue to enslave them? We have been down that road before and it doesn't work. We have now disposed of a warmonger and replaced him with a leader we can work with. It's our only chance for peace in the future. Tyrande Whisperwind, High Priestess of Elune, or, well, one of the leaders of the Night Elves. She says that Varian and her spoke at length about the price of peace before he took his decision here today. For now, she's willing to let the Horde use Ashara's lumber, but only if they abandon Ashenvale for good. But she also says that knowing the way that the goblins chew through resources, we will see how long that will sustain them. I support this peace, but I do not share the High King's confidence. If the Horde breaks treaty to engage us again, my people will be ready. High Tinker Mechatork, King of the Gnomes, says, "Victory for the Alliance. Before we clear out of here, my people will grab as much of this crazy goblin technology as we can get our hands on." Jaina Proudmore says that she still wants the Horde to pay for the atrocities of Theramore. Long story short, Garrosh bombed the city from a goblin zeppelin with a bomb made of pure arcane magic, and the whole city was destroyed. And Jaina hates the Horde for that. Jaina and Thrall has on occasion joined forces with each other, so they don't hate each other by person, but she really doesn't like the Horde for the things that happened to Theramore. Even though it was by Garrosh's hand, she still does not like the Horde after that. King Varian Vryn of the Human Alliance talks about peace, and for the next expansion we will probably have some, at least in between Horde and Alliance. He states that he wants to put a garrison on the ruins of Theramore, possibly looking to rebuild. He also wants to look into cleansing the land of Gilneas. When you start the Vorgen saga, Sylvanas and her undead destroyed the Gilnean homeland with poison gas and just destroying their whole homeland. And during this part, most of the human citizens of the Gilnean society are infected by a werewolf virus. After this, they join with the Alliance, since they are former humans after all, and Varian decides that he wants to help them regain their homeland. With this, he also wants to stop Sylvanas' march through Alliance lands. If you actually look at the map, you can clearly see that she is advancing more than any of the other Horde races. If you look at the map of the Eastern Kingdoms, you can clearly see that the top of Eastern Kingdoms are held by the Blood Elves. Then underneath them are the Western and Eastern Plague Lands, which since olden times are already undeadified. These places are filled with undead. Not Sylvanas undead, but they are undead anyway. On top of this, Sylvanas has also destroyed the Gilnean homeland and the South Shore, and she's advancing on the Dwarf Kingdom borderlands. The developers of World of Warcraft have stated that they will probably not deal with Sylvanas in this upcoming expansion, but everything points to that Sylvanas will one day be trouble, and I believe that in a future expansion we will have to deal with her because she's starting to become troublesome both for the Horde and the Alliance. Vol'jin is now the new war chief, and I actually really like that. I like Vol'jin as a character. He has faced many threats and he has survived all of them, and he was also the one starting the rebellion against Garrosh. Thrall, the old war chief, has done much for the Horde, but he has moved past just being the leader of the Horde. He's now a hero character that stands a bit above all the rest. So I really like the development with Vol'jin as war chief and Thrall as just a new hero character that's gonna travel the lands and help, well, us while we are leveling in the new expansion. This video is probably really long, and if you watched this far, I am really happy that you did, and I hope you enjoy the video thoroughly, because I really did making it. I have become a really big lore fan of World of Warcraft, and I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. But for now, I will take my leave, and I will see you in the next video of whatever I am uploading. Maybe it's some kind of World of Warcraft video, maybe it's a World of Warcraft lore video, or maybe it's more horror. But until then, I'll see you next time, folks. Captain out.